guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be having a story time / rant because this has been something that has been on my mind this entire week because it just happened this week. And it's just, I want to get it off my chest just to put it out into the world and just let go and just forget about everything that had happened. So if you guys are interested in that, stay tuned. If you're not, then go ahead and scroll off of this video, but make sure to hit that like button and subscribe before you go, or comment down below and tell me what you guys are wanting to see next week, and I will be happy to oblige then. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So I was on vacation, as you guys already know. I was on vacation the week of Thanksgiving. So was my daughter. So we had a lot of downtime and everything like that. I was scrolling on Facebook on last Friday, and I came across an ad that said that they were having casting for like their upcoming shows, Disney Channel, Pixar, like really big brands, television brands. So I'm like, oh, that sounds really interesting. So I clicked on it, and my daughter came over and she's like, what are you looking at? And I showed her and I told her that they were hiring, they were having auditions if you wanted to become an actress or an actor. And she was like, okay, I want to do that. It sounds fun. I'm like, oh, really? You don't have to, or I'm not pressuring you. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. And she's like, no, I want to do it. It sounds really fun. So I'm like, okay. So they gave us a script of what we needed to memorize. They had us fill out an application, and they told us to bring in a headshot. Anyway, so we had memorized everything that we needed to. We only had a day because we found it on Friday. We had Saturday to rehearse it, and then on the Sunday was the interview, was the whole casting call. So we went on Sunday. Melody memorized her entire thing of what she needed to memorize. I mean, it was only like 3 lines, but still, she memorized it. And we went in. What they had us do is that we sat down in a dining group of everyone that was auditioning. And they told us what was going to be happening. It was 3 people, 2 gentlemen and a lady. The lady was their assistant, and I don't remember everybody's name. I just remember the one because that was the one we personally dealt with. His name was Philip Leaders. And supposedly, this is what he said, that he had worked with big names like Hilary Duff, Selena Gomez, Demi Lovato, Brenda Song. Like he kept mentioning it, that he dealt with big people. He had made them stars, that he was the person that would get you to where you need to go. So he told us all this stuff, you know, like really working it up. And then he told us that if your kid is not making, like he really sold the whole act. He told us if our kids weren't making good grades, that they literally just get out now, because only interest, like, why are you here if you're not getting good grades? You know, like really like making it seem like they cared. Obviously they wanted like best for your children. Making sure that the parents are involved and actively engaging with their kids, they're not just like on their TV or on their phones or anything like that, just like, and then like not really taking care of their kids. So they made it seem like they were really involved, that they wanted the best for you, for your kid, for everybody in the situation. So I was very sold. Not once did I have a gleam of doubt throughout this whole entire process. So during the whole speech, they were explaining everything, what they were going to have us do, and then they started pulling people for the audition. Throughout the whole process, Melody was right next to me. She was, I could sense in a way that she was getting a little bit nervous, a little bit like uneasy. So I tried my best to make her calm. I was making her laugh, having fun, playing little patty cake games, you know, like things like she knows, like patty cake, like stuff like that. Making sure that she was comfortable. If she wanted to leave, she was more than welcome to. We were there for her. So if she wanted to leave, then it's perfectly fine. No harm, no foul. No one would be mad at her. It was her choice to be there. And she's like, no, I want to stay. I want to do this. I'm like, okay, well, if you want to leave, let me know. I'm 100% behind you if that's what you want to do. And she's like, yeah, I want to stay. I'm just like, okay. So we stayed. When it finally got to our turn, I went with her, and I handed in our paper, like the application, the picture, everything. And then he started asking Melody questions, like how she's doing in school, what's her favorite movie, like actually asking questions about her, how's her life going so far, why does she want to become an actress, has she taken any classes, what have I done, what am I doing in as far as my job and all that stuff. They were just asking questions to like really get to know us and everything like that, which sold it, to be honest. It sold us. We were like, okay, this is legit. They just care. So they were asking us questions, and then they finally came to why Melody wanted to be here. And she's like, you'll help me be brave. I'm like, oh, so cute. And then they said, did you have something memorized? And she's like, yes. So then she recited her whole entire thing that she had memorized, which to me, obviously, I think that my child is an absolutely fabulous person. Every single thing that she does, I'm always very much proud of her. But she just was so confident, so very energetic, so very vocal, which is not normally like her when she's meeting new people. Normally she's a little bit shy and coy, but she did a really great job. She was very vocal, she was engaged, and she really did a great job. So I was very impressed. And so once she was done, he gave me a packet, and on the packet it says, call us after this hour and we'll tell you the results of how everything went. And I'm like, okay, so that's the end of it. So we went home, and then we waited a little bit until it came to the time where we needed to text them and see what had happened during the thing, if they wanted us to go back, if they wanted to sign us or whatever, anything like that. I personally did not have any sort of hopes or anything like that, just because I was so new. I didn't know anything. I had no idea what to expect. I'm like, oh, they're probably just gonna like no, they're not gonna go with us. And then it's just going to be a learning lesson for Melody. If she wants to do it, she's more than welcome to. If she wants to keep pursuing something like that, we can keep signing her up for auditions, whatever. So I didn't really expect anything, but I texted that number once that time had come, and then they texted back saying congratulations. They wanted to move forward with her, that they think that she would be a really good person. They could see her being really good in the company. So they said they wanted to bring her back in for a second calling, like a second callback. And if they decided to move forward with her, they would be assigning additional paperwork. So that's all that they told us. There was nothing else stating that there were anything other than what that text message said, that we were going to be reading something else, like another script, that we were going to be reading another script, and that if we liked it, if they liked how we did on that second script, then they would be signing us. They said that they would move forward and have us sign the application to work with them. So I'm like, okay. So I tell my husband, I'm like, they want to move forward with her, that they want us all to be there, everyone who's 100% on board with this new journey. So that was on Sunday. Then they told us to come in on Monday, just this Monday. That was the 1st. No, Sunday was the 1st, Monday was the 2nd. It just happened. So they called us in, and so I'm like, okay, great. They really want to work with us. So I got my husband and me and Melody, and we went in for the second callback. During the second callback, it just became very odd. It became very strange. A lot of things were happening that we weren't really sure. That whole process, definitely we should have done more research regarding it. So not bashing them at all. It's 100% my fault. I should have done more research regarding it. So, but when we went in, we came at the specific time that they told us to, which is 2. We waited there for about an hour and a half waiting for them to talk to us. And yes, I understand like going over with what they were doing and all that stuff, but if you set a time, make sure you're following that time. It's just common courtesy. Anyway, so that was flag number 1. The second flag was that when they were done with like the people, because there were only a few that got called back. When they were done, a few of them that had continued, that they were sending out of the office that they were in, they were talking and they're like, that sounds so weird to me. Like, I'm not sure. And then we'll go home and we'll go home and we'll see what's next. So we heard some of those conversations and just like, they probably didn't want to move forward or anything like that with them, and they probably just got rejected. I'm like, well, then why would they bring them in if they just got rejected? So it never really dawned on me. So then they finally called us in. We ended up waiting for, about an hour and a half, and it wasn't the gentleman that we had spoke with originally, who he said that we were going to be speaking to. When we went in, we spoke with the assistant, the lady, and she said that congratulations, they wanted to move forward with us. They think that Melody would be a great candidate for Disney Channel, that she has the face, the looks, the personality. They reviewed the tape that they recorded her on, and that she would be a really good, solid person to get into the business. And then they proceeded to tell us that she was going to need a little bit more training. That she was, did you see that? Did anyone just see that little speck? Did you see that? I saw the speck. Anyway, so they told us that Melody was going to need a little bit more training. So they told us that they were going to set her up for a 5-week acting class. I'm just like, okay, 5-week acting class. I'm like, obviously she's still new. She doesn't really know anything. That's perfectly fine. Acting class, sure. So, and then she's like, it's going to be $500. I'm like, $500 for an acting class? No way. I'm like, I've seen ads that it's only been like 100 and something like that. 100 and so. Like, $500. Wow. And they're like, that is the deposit for what we are needing today. And I'm like, what? We have to pay? Like, not once was it ever mentioned in the packet that they gave us, in the ad that we reviewed for the initial casting call. During the whole meeting with the casting call, not once was money ever mentioned. Which was, and then being told that in the second call that we were going to have to spend money. $500, no less. And then she's like, that's only the deposit. In the next coming months, in July, there's going to be a pilot week in LA for like an expo, like a Comic-Con. In a way, not really Comic-Con, but like something like that. Where there's gonna be like 100 of producers, directors, like agents, managers, like record labels, like stuff like that. And then we were gonna have to pay an $8,000. The $500 would count towards that $8,000, but we were gonna have to pay that $8,000 by the time that we got to LA. I'm like, money was never mentioned. The fact that they did not mention it to us, and the fact that they like, hey, this is what you're going to need to do, and we need it now. I'm like, the very first day, I'm like, we don't know anything about this. Like, I understand, like, the business is fast, but, like, you can't just, like, jump that onto us. And she's like, well, if you can't pay today, then we can't move forward. I'm just like, me and my husband were looking at each other. I'm like, should we move forward? Should we do this? We don't have this money. Where are we going to get it from? Like, we were just, a whole bunch of questions were really in our head. Like, I don't have that just laying around. And they're like, well, if you can't pay, we can give you until Thursday. That's when the classes will start. So that was 2 days to get everything together and make sure that everything was where it needed to be in order to start these classes. They're like, well, I'm like, well, what if we don't have that by then? They're like, well, then we can't continue with you. I'm just like, okay. So me and my husband were looking at each other. They're like, well, what do you want to do? And we're like, and then they asked Melody what she wanted to do. And obviously she's like, I want to do it. She's 6. And they're like, well, this is a girl who knows what she wants. And if the parents were smart, then you should jump on it. It's like really like making us feel bad. And then we're like, we can't do this. We don't have money right now. They're like, okay, well then we'll see you later. And then she like, well, she didn't even like say, we'll see you later. She's like, okay. So then she like, just stopped what she was doing, stopped talking to us, and then like faced a different direction. She's like just typing on her little computer that she had in front of her. I'm like, okay, is that the end of it? And she's just like, yes, you can go now. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? Anyway, so that just like, it didn't even dawn on me. Like, okay, she's just probably being rude because I denied her. And I told her I wanted to think about it more. And I'm just like, okay. So it never really dawned on me, like, okay, like, they didn't get our money or anything like that. So, but then she's like, okay, I'll walk you out. And then she got up, walked us out. But the entire time that she walked us to the elevator, she was just like, you guys are amazing. Such a cute family. She's so gorgeous. She looks like her daddy. Like, she's a complete model. She's a whole package. She's everything that we want her to be. We're just so excited to start working with her. Like, it's going to be great. And they're like, well, I hope you guys can do it. You guys are amazing. You know, like, literally, like, just selling us, like, that they really wanted to work with us. Once we got out of the thing and it was me and my husband just to ourselves, we started thinking about it. I'm like, no, we should do research. We don't have this money just laying around. Like, and then once so then me and my husband, we're like, okay, we're going to go home and do some research. So then on the way home, I spoke to my sister and I told her the whole ordeal on what had happened. I told her, I'm like, it's awesome. They want to sign us. I'm so excited. My daughter's going to be a star. Like, it's everything that she needs in her life, that she's going to be completely financially stable, that she is going to get everything that she deserves. And I started crying. I was so excited. I'm like, I can finally provide for my daughter everything that she needs in her life. Like, I was so excited. I was completely ecstatic that she was going to be set up for life with that. And I'm like, how am I going to get this money? I was telling my sister, I'm like, I don't have this money just laying around. How am I going to get it? I'm like, it's just a lot of money in a short amount of time. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Like, I can pull my W4K, like, trying to pull money from, like, everywhere, all my savings and all that stuff. I'm just like, how is this going to do it? I need a car. I don't know how. Anyway, I was freaking out. Anyway, back to the story. So once I talked to my sister, she's like, call mom, let her know what happened. She's like, I spilled the beans on a little bit. So I called my mom and I told her what had happened. I told her that this is what they were wanting to do. I told her that this is how much money that they were needing, in order to move forward with her, and that they wanted to sign her officially, that she would have work, that she was going to make millions, like, just by a 15-minute commercial. She was going to make $32,000, just from that commercial. Like, she was going to make money. She was guaranteed a job. And I told my mom all this, and she was like, something doesn't sound right. An agency normally will not ask money. They make money when you make money. And I'm like, okay, but this is what they told me. This is what I have. This is what they told me. And this is what I am going by, because this is what they said, like a gullible person that I am. And she's like, Katie, I would do a lot more research about it. Like, it just sounds so sketchy to me. I'm just like, okay, mom, I'll do some more research. And obviously, yeah, she brought me down. She brought me back to reality. She kept me grounded, which I appreciate you. Thank you so much, mom. And then she's like, go home, do your research, make sure that this place is legit, make sure that you're actually dotting your T's and crossing your I's, making sure that this is something that is real, that's a whole bunch of money, where like make sure that it's real before you spend it. I'm just like, okay. So I went home, I did a whole bunch of research, and then my husband sends me a screenshot, because he went to work right after the interview. So my husband sends me a screenshot, and it's saying that this person, Philip Leaders, the person that we had talked to, was accused of scam, that their friend had paid $2,000 for their child to be signed up for acting classes, and they just took the money and they ran. I'm just like, what? So I'm like, okay, so maybe everything that my mom just said to me is true. So then I started doing a whole bunch of research. My husband's like telling me, like, is this true? Is, like, what are you finding? Like, stuff like that. And then meanwhile, my sister's sending me a whole bunch of things saying that this is a scam. Like, normally most agencies won't offer you money, like everything I just said. And I'm just like, okay, so it's not true. We can't move forward with it. What do we do moving forward? And I think that's just pretty much the end of it. Like, that's just the end. Like, okay, we can't move forward with them. It's obviously a scam. They're just trying to pull a fast one on us because we are so new to the industry, and because, like, we don't know anything. So after doing everything, we decided not to move forward, which I thank you so much for everyone who had helped me and deciding this factor. My husband, my sister, my mom, and, like, everyone that had contributed. So I had put up, like, before I start finding everything, I guess I put up a GoFundMe page, and then after everything was being sent to me, I took it down. So if any of y'all have any questions about why that was up, if you follow me on social media, that's what that was. But I took it down, like, I don't know, about like 10 minutes later, because I got whooshed by like a whole bunch of knowledge being thrown at me. So that had happened. And so we decided not to move forward. I am completely grateful for the fact that we were able to figure out that this was a scam, and I want to thank everyone that before we figured it out, it was a scam, that had offered us money so that we could do this. So I thank my husband's sister and my husband's mom for stepping up and saying that they would pay half. And I completely and utterly, like, thankful for even just offering. Like, not the fact like that it didn't go through, just the fact that you offered and that you wanted to help and send my daughter in the best possible, to give her the best opportunity that she had. Not only you two, but my sister and her boyfriend, and then my mom. I really do appreciate you guys. And it breaks my heart that people would try to put a scam on us. And it just breaks my heart that there are people out there that would play on the emotions of a 6-year-old and on the parents. Really and utterly grateful for the people that we have surrounded ourselves with that had wanted to help. But that's pretty much the end of the video. I just wanted to get that off my chest, get it out, and I just wanted to send it out and just let go and just not be angry about it, because I'm still a little bit heartbroken. I'm still a little bit PO'd about it, but you live, you learn. Moving forward, if she decides that she wants to do any more things like that, then definitely. But I just want her to know that she has 100% support from her family. So thank you so much if you've watched to the very end, and I appreciate you guys. I hope you like this video. If you guys are wanting me to do more sort of story times, let me know in the comments below. But thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you 100% from the very bottom of my heart. And if you guys like this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel so you guys get notified every single time that I post a video. I will see you in the next one.